Today I'm going to be reviewing a new product called Yorkshire Grit, which is essentially an abrasive paste. It's manufactured in the UK, in Yorkshire, by a lovely guy called Glyn Senior. I tried it out first last week on a goblet, which I'll show a picture of up here. And I only sanded that goblet after finishing shaping. I sanded to 240, applied 2 coats of my sanding sealer mix, denibbing between each one, then used Yorkshire Grit, and then went straight to my current wax finish of choice, Hampshire Sheen, and I was really quite amazed at the results. It cut out all the sanding from 240 up, or should I say from 320 up. So I thought, well, if I do a piece today, it's not really going to show any sort of comparison, if you like. So what I decided to do, I've got a spindle of sapele, which will be in 2 halves, and on the 1 half, what I'm going to do is skew the surface, and hopefully my skew skills are okay today, so I can get it to where I would normally start to sand at 320. And I will do that to both sides. Then on the one side I'll do my usual process, so bearing in mind I've skewed it to what I consider to be 240, I will then sand 320, 400, 600, then apply 2 coats of my sanding sealer mix, denibbing between each one, and applying Hampshire Sheen. On the other side, however, being that I've skewed it to what I would consider to be a sort of 240 grit, I'm not going to abrade at all. I'm immediately going to apply 2 coats of sanding sealer mix and denibbing between each one, and then go to work with Yorkshire Grit, and finally finish off with Hampshire Sheen. So there'll be a direct comparison to see what the finishes are like. There will be many options open to you. It's just the way that I've done it and the way that I will use it on the applications I'm going to use it on. You can take away from this what you will. Hopefully it'll be informative to you, and I don't know what the result's going to be in a direct comparison, so it's going to be an exciting and it'll be news to me as well. So let's go over to the lathe now and get cracking with it. This side is going to be the side that I will do my traditional finishing with, i.e. hopefully skewing it to a surface which is okay to start abrading at 320. So I'll be doing 320, 400 and 600 abrading on there. Then I'll be applying 2 coats of sanding sealer mix, denibbing between each one, and then applying Hampshire Sheen. Now on this side I shan't be doing any abrading at all. I'll be applying 2 coats of sanding sealer mix. If you're using neat sanding sealer, I would assume you'd only need to use 1 coat, but I like using the mix. Denibbing between each one, and then Hampshire Sheen, and then we'll have a direct comparison to see what the finish is like. Okay, so I'm going to just attempt to get a good finish on these 2 pieces. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. There's a little bit of a tool mark there, but I think the surface is quite smooth. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to, it's going to be a bit noisy, so I will turn the sound down. I'll abrade now 320, 400 and 600. Okay. So I'll turn the sound off now and we'll do this on this side. And now 600. Okay, so now I can apply sanding sealer mix. Now remember, the whole idea of this is to compare the two methods of finishing. So what I'll do now is I'll denib that, I'll put another coat of sanding sealer mix on, denib that, and then apply the Hampshire Sheen. And I'll come back when I'm applying the Hampshire Sheen. I've just applied with the lathe stationery, as I'll do on this side, Hampshire Sheen. And now I will buff it off. And there is the one side finished with the traditional method of abrasion. Now on the other side we're not going to abrade. There are a couple of tiny little tool marks there, so it'll be a good test because the 320 would have got that out, but we're not doing any sanding now. So I'm going to apply sanding sealer and sanding sealer mix, rub it well in. Let that dry and then denib it, and then apply another coat, denib that, and then we'll start using the Yorkshire Grit. So I'll come back when I've denibbed the second coat. I'm going to apply Yorkshire Grit. Just going to apply that all over the piece. And now with the lathe at around 450 revs, I'm going to, for about a minute, and I'll do that in real time, you know, 450 revs. Now Glyn suggests that you do this for about a minute, because what happens is the paste breaks down, and that's when it does its magic. You can actually feel it. I mean, I'm using a paper towel here, but Glyn does suggest nightweb. Well, not everybody's got nightweb, so I'm going to just use a paper towel, which most of us have got, and if we haven't, you ought to get some and see what happens. Ooh, this is exciting, isn't it? I can already feel now it's starting to break down because it's becoming very smooth to the touch. Just see. I'm well impressed with that, I must be honest. Just get the bit on the edges there. Just get this off. Clean piece of paper towel and just work that in and just finish that off so there's nothing coming off. Now this isn't the definitive way of using it. All I'm trying to show here is that you can actually obtain the same quality of finish if you abrade up to 240, and in this case I've just skewed the surfaces, and you'll get the same, well, I don't know, we'll see, I hope we do, get the same finish. Well, that is really, really smooth now. Okay, so it really now is. I'm going to apply 2 coats of Hampshire Sheen, and we'll see how it looks. And I think you'll be very hard pressed to tell any difference. What I'll do, I'll let the surfaces cool down, and what I'll do is give it a final buff right across, and then we'll have the final result. Okay, it's 5 minutes now. It's all the same temperature, if you like. It's all cooled off. I'll just give both a bit of a buffing, final buff, and you can make your own decisions. There you go. That side abraded right the way through. This side off the skew, and then straight onto Yorkshire Grit and Hampshire Sheen. Brilliant product, very impressed with it, and I hope you've enjoyed the little demonstration. I'll put, as I say, all the links to Glyn's website in the description below. Go across, support a UK manufacturer, and what a great combination. Yorkshire Grit and Hampshire Sheen. It's going to be my finish of choice for a long time to come. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you found it interesting. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you very soon. Cheers now.